Are you looking for the best budget 4K monitors? In this video we will look at some of the 7 best budget 4K monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Asus TUF Gaming VG289Q 28-inch Gaming Monitor. Asus has found the sweet spot of performance and budget pricing with the VG289Q. They were the first company to sell a 4K monitor under $1,000, and with some much-needed improvements and a significantly lower price, the VG289Q feels like the spiritual successor to that first budget 4K monitor all those years ago. This 4K monitor is not the most exciting, but at this price point and for its performance, the VG289Q is easily the best overall budget 4K monitor currently available. Whether people want to use this monitor for gaming or typical day-to-day tasks, the VG289Q performs excellently in both respects. At 28 inches and with a 4K resolution, this monitor has a very high pixel density, making everything appear sharp. This doesn't matter much in games, but when editing photos or doing design work, this extra bit of sharpness is much appreciated. That being said, there are cut corners that keep the price down, like the low refresh rate of 60 Hz and somewhat lackluster HDR performance. 60 Hz on this monitor does not look bad, but it might be a bit limiting for gamers, especially for FPS games. While it's nice that Asus included HDR support for the VG289Q, it does feel a bit like a tacked-on feature more than anything. An edge-lit IPS panel can only accomplish so much when it comes to HDR. Number 2. Gigabyte M27U Gaming Monitor. The Gigabyte M27U is undoubtedly towards the top end of the budget 4K monitor price range. Still, it more than makes up for it with a significant number of features, such as a much higher refresh rate of 160 Hz, fantastic HDR performance, and a lot more creature comforts compared to other budget 4K monitors. Users with a bit more room in their budget will not be disappointed by the performance that the M27U delivers. Designed as a gaming monitor first and foremost, one of the main selling points of the M27U is the high refresh rate and impressively low response time. For most tasks outside of gaming, a 160 Hz refresh rate is not essential, but it does make everything feel much more snappy and responsive. Plus, the M27U has an HDMI 2.1 port for those gamers, allowing both console and PC gamers to play games at high frame rates. Unlike the Asus TUF Gaming VG289Q, which had lackluster brightness, the M27U has an impressively high peak brightness of 415 nits. This extra bit of brightness makes it easy to fight off glares and helps the overall contrast, especially when it comes to watching HDR content. However, the default color performance for content creators is not super accurate in HDR or SDR modes. Number 3. Dell S2721QS 27-inch 4K UHD Monitor. Gamers and creators alike looking for a great 4K monitor with a decent IPS panel on a tight budget will find the Dell S2721QS 4K monitor a worthy contender. It features a 27-inch screen and an adjustable stand that makes it seamless for users to adjust the height or tilt it to a comfortable position. Also, the MD FreeSync feature will counter tear and artifact, making sure that users have a flawless experience. On the other hand, this budget 4K monitor is not designed with the popular color calibration feature like other monitors in the ultra-sharp category. Similarly, it does not have USB ports at the rear, but users get a DisplayPort, 2 HDMI ports, and a 3.5 audio port. A small price to pay when shopping for a 4K monitor on a budget. Number 4. LG UltraFine 32UN650W 4K Budget Monitor. Gamers or creators looking for a functional big screen 4K monitor won't go wrong with the LG UltraFine 32UN650W 4K monitor. That is all thanks to its roomy 32-inch IPS screen, great color accuracy, and quality 3840 by 2160 UHD resolution that is easy on the eyes. Other features that make the budget 4K monitor stand out include a decent 86% DCI-P3 coverage, 82% Adobe RGB, 77% NSC, and 98% sRGB, which makes it ideal for both serious gamers and creators. There are also dual 5W speakers in the chassis. On the other side of the coin, however, it has a 60 Hz refresh rate, which some players may find a bit slow. However, the AMD FreeSync makes up for that in some cases where it might be sluggish. When it comes to connectivity, gamers will find a 3.5mm audio port 1, DisplayPort 1.4, and 2 HDMI 2.0 ports. However, it doesn't feature USB-A and USB-C hubs. Number 5. Dell S2722 QC. For content creators looking for a monitor that is friendly on the wallet, but still wants something that produces accurate enough colors for editing, the Dell S2722 QC is a perfect choice. This 27-inch monitor combines a 4K IPS display with incredibly accurate colors and user-friendly connections like a single USB-C connection for display and power delivery to the laptop. The S2722 QC is more aimed at the general productivity crowd instead of specifically for content creators. But after looking at the color performance tests, it would be hard to tell. This monitor produces accurate enough colors for editors to feel confident with color grading web-based content. This monitor starts to shine after HDR mode is flipped on. HDR takes the measly 296 nits peak brightness in SDR mode to 411 nits peak brightness in HDR mode. While this does make viewing HDR content much more enjoyable, unless the content is intended for HDR delivery, this can cause some inaccurate colors in the final content. Number 6. Samsung S80 UA Budget Monitor. Samsung is famous for making quality screens, and the S80 UA is no exception. The monitor has a 27-inch IPS display with a 16:9 aspect ratio, WLED backlight, and 3840 by 2160 maximum resolution. The affordable 4K monitor features 2 HDMI 2.1 ports that allow gamers to connect their PS5 plus other devices seamlessly. This makes it ideal for PS5 enthusiasts looking for a high-quality and versatile display. The simple design, numerous ports, and fully adjustable stand make the Samsung S80 UA ideal for users of their consoles as well. It comes in a textured back decorated with ample space that caters to all the cables and ports a user desires to have. It's easy to access USB hub at the top, an HDMI 1.2, and a DisplayPort all work together to boost convenience. The package also includes an HDMI and USB-C cable for easy and quick setup. Number 7. VueSonic VX1 4K OLED 15.6-inch Portable OLED Monitor. Aside from portability, the other major selling point of the 15.6-inch ViewSonic monitor comes with a stunning 4K OLED panel that delivers bright images for premium viewing. What's more, it's an ideal purchase for shoppers who need a small-sized monitor for gaming or productivity. Weighing just 1.5 pounds, feel free to tuck this monitor in your bag on the way out and whip it out when you need to use it. It offers USB-C connectivity, translating to the rapid transfer of data, audio, and video files. It also comes with extra perks like a screen cover, protecting you against dust and dirt. A built-in stand helps avoid cable clutter and lets you use the monitor in landscape or portrait positions depending on your preferences. A major downside is that, unlike most gaming monitors, the ViewSonic only offers a 60 Hz refresh rate. Additionally, there are no advanced gaming specs such as G-Sync or FreeSync, making this monitor unsuitable for competitive gaming. It should handle casual titles just fine, though. Some users' reviews have complained about the speakers not delivering crisp audio, so a soundbar should be on the shopping list if you're certain about getting this portable monitor.